Okay. Well, excited to take part. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to talk to you. Yeah, we're good. Everything's good. The plants are there.
Yes,
We got it.
we figured it out.
Absolutely. Well, Clifford, it's great to meet you. Thank you for taking a minute out. And I would like to begin everything with kind of the global elephant in the room, living through COVID for the last 3 years. How did you get through that time period, and how has it changed the way that you do things now?
It's interesting. So I was doing personal training, and surprisingly enough, I really wanted to focus on mental mastery and training the mindset. And so I my timing was almost perfect for that because I got out of the gym and I started doing Zoom and things of that nature. But was the most crazy thing for me with COVID, I'm always looking for solutions for people and for myself included. And I knew that people were hurting through that time. So I'm like, I got to be an inspiration for people as I go through the process. And I just really focused on sharing inspirational messages and reminding people that there's a solution to everything, even a problem. A problem exists, so you can find a solution to make it work.
So let's get to the essence of exactly what you do for a living on a daily
Yeah,
basis. So let's put you in front of a bunch of third graders at a career day.
yeah,
Okay. One of the kids looks up and says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" How do you answer that child?
yeah. I help people share their story in a meaningful way. So the products and services that they sell to other people have a transformational meaning to them as opposed to just being a product or a service.
So let's go back to when you were in the third grade. What was your dream growing up?
That's a great question. I really wanted to live a life worth living. That was it. I didn't know specifically what that meant. And so for me, it was being very present in what I was doing and what I wanted to do. So at the time, my first journey started with I was overweight and I just didn't want to be overweight anymore. So I really focused on getting myself in shape.
So let's go back to childhood and
Mhm.
where were you born and raised, and what were these seeds that were put into you to want to help people and to be active?
Go see mommy, baby boy. Close the door. Yeah, so for me, my my biological father drove out of my life at I was 4 years old at the time. And I remember saying to myself, like, I gotta be there for me. When I was 5, my grandfather passed away, and that just scared the living crap out of me. And when I was 6, my mom actually remarried the guy I call dad to this day. And so the lessons that were kind of ingrained in my head from there was there's people who are gonna be there and they don't have to be there. They just choose it. There's people who are supposed to be there and they're not gonna be there for you. And we're all gonna die. So live life as fully and as powerfully as you can. So what I took from that was every moment I'm going to be present in that moment, as present as I possibly can be. Um, and everyone has so many gifts and stories to give to us. Now we get to choose if we're going to take those lessons or if we're going to let those lessons go. Like right now, I'm having a lesson of maintaining composure when I got my 2 year old being a 2 year old.
You're good. It's good.
Go see mommy, baby boy.
So talk to me a little bit about what the fighter formula is.
Yeah, yeah. The fighter formula is it's a sequence of things that I have to go through uh, to stay in my truth. I call it unleashing your champion or unleashed champion. And ultimately, a champion is someone who's gonna get up no matter what. And a champion also eventually gets that belt, whatever that belt may be. Everyone has a different belt that they're going after. And if they're willing to get up, if they're willing to learn the lessons, if they're willing to go through the process, they'll get their belt. And I'm just a reminder of, yeah, if you follow the steps, if you follow the laws, you'll get to where you're looking to go. And I just support people and myself in doing that because I constantly use the fighter's formula on my journey.
So, who's been a hero for you in your life?
Honestly, I love this question, and most people might not get my answer behind it. Everybody. And the reason everybody's a hero, they give me an opportunity to see who I am. And what I mean by that is even the darkest of the dark, they can be light. They can change their story, they can change their dynamic. But I can also choose to play the game that I'm going to play, even if they're playing a different game than me. What I loved as a fighter, in fighting, sometimes people are going to follow the rules, and sometimes people are not going to follow the rules even a little bit. And I get the choice of how I'm going to respond to that. And so if I have someone who's not following the rules, I still get the option of if I'm going to follow them or not. And I focus on following them and doing right because it's bigger than just the situation that I'm in. It's about, can I go to bed at night knowing that I was the person that I needed to be? We're going to be hit with so many circumstances in life as we go through the journey, and everyone's just an opportunity at the end of the day. People who are there to support you and people who are there to break you down. It can all make you stronger if you choose to look at it as such. And so that's why everyone's a hero to me, because everyone's dancing the dance of life, and I get to choose to dance my dance.
Right on. So, if you can meet anybody alive on the planet right now and spend some time with them, who would it be?
Now, could it be somewhat alive on the planet, or could it be someone that is not alive right now?
We can open it up to everything.
Okay, mine would totally be Jesus Christ.
Right on.
Yeah, he's a powerhouse of an individual, probably the greatest marketer on the planet,
Yeah.
and just filled with love. So I would love to have his experiences.
So, what's the ultimate motivator for you in life? What's the thing that gets you out of bed and makes you accomplish and do what you want to do?
And I'll show you one of
There we go.
them.
All right.
So here's one.
All right. Hey.
This is
Hey there.
baby Titus. This is baby Titus.
Hi.
My ultimate motivator: living a life worth living. You know, experiencing life fully. Um, so many human experiences to have. I love my family so much. I've been married for 16 years. Love my wife. We've gone through the roller coaster of life, and they say, "As is above, so is below." So those hard moments can allow you to appreciate those high moments, and those low moments can also help you appreciate that you can get back to the high moments too. So my family, my community, and me, you know, I'm a part of my motivation.
So, what's been one of your best client success stories? One that always puts a smile on your face?
So I had one guy who was actually dealing with a drug addiction, and he was one of my best success stories because he really didn't believe in himself, beat himself up, um, didn't think he was worthy. And with the reconditioning and conditioning certain things in and unconditioning other things, you know, he started seeing who he was, and he started remembering who he was, a capable individual with probably not the best of habits, but he was able to change the habits, you know, and he was also able to take full responsibility. Because I'm not going to tell a person, uh, we're we have our own addictions. Everybody has some form of addiction. Mine was actually a food addiction. That's why I wanted to lose the weight, to prove to myself that I could be anything I wanted to be. It's a choice at the end of the day. But seeing him at a much older age, and seeing that he had a choice and calling himself on his own shit too, and saying, you know, I can be more than what the world's telling me I can be. I can be more than what I'm telling me I can be. And he really shot for the moon, and was really cool. He started believing in me in a new way, and believing in himself in a new way. And his belief in what he went through actually made me believe in what I could do even more.
So what's the thing that you've done in your life that you're the proudest of?
The proudest of,
Yeah.
so when I was 5 and my grandfather did pass away, I was scared stiff. Like I was scared stiff. And I remember I didn't know it was something I was doing at the time, but I coached myself through the process. And I said, if I'm going to die, I'm going to live. Yeah, buddy, I'm going to live a life worth living. Um, I'm proud of me for living the life that I want to live. And in return, it actually reminds others to do the same. When you live life fully, it actually reminds others to live life fully, and we all get to be happy together.
So let's say you have a dream tonight. You run into a younger version of yourself, a 20-year-old version, and you could give that version of you a piece of advice based on the wisdom you've gained in your life. What would you
Uh-huh.
tell that young version of you?
So if I was going through my emotional side, I would say keep swinging. You're doing great. If I went with my more logical side, it would be all right, start learning about investing and learning about it fast because it will leverage your life forever.
Nice. Very nice. So
Yeah.
everyone out there has a perception of you, family, friends, clients, colleagues, but you run the show. What's your perception of you? Who do you think you are?
Yeah, that's a great question. Um, I think I'm a creator, a person who gets to create the life that I want to create. And the more intentional I am with it, the faster that creation comes about. Um, I think yeah, I'm a creator.
So if anyone out there, Clifford, wants to get involved with your services, anything that you do and learn more about you, where can they go?
Yeah, so they can find me on LinkedIn and Facebook specifically. And yeah, just write out, hey, I heard you on the podcast and I want to know more about you and your journey. I'd be free to share. I also have on my Facebook, it explains the entrepreneurial journey. And I'll tell you, it's the same as a fight. It's the same exact thing. You get beat up, you get punched, you get hit with things you didn't even expect you were going to get hit with. Um, but you keep standing and you get better and better at standing more and more. And what I really focused on doing is I say life's a dance and we get to choose who our dance partners are. And that's in fighting, in life, in business, and everything. You get to choose. So who do you want to be around? Do it with intentionality.
Absolutely. Hey, man, this has been really, really good. Clifford, thank you. We weathered the technology. We got a child in
Yeah,
here. I think we did everything.
I think we hit it out of the park. Yeah, we
I
hit it out of
like
the
it.
park. Thank you. And I
Thank
can
you,
tell you've
Clifford.
been doing it for a long time because you ask great questions.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it. And I loved your answers. Yeah, they're very unique answers. So I
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it. And best of luck with everything, man.
Awesome. I appreciate you.
Have a great
Have a
day.
good one.
You
Take
too.
care.
Bye bye.